New York's Madison Square Garden has played host to rock stars, musicians and boxing legends. But on the 28th of September, for the first time ever, a world leader will address a massive gathering at New York City's most famous sports and entertainment arena. Prime Minister Modi's address is expected to draw a crowd of more than 18,000 people, and thousands more likely to throng New York's Times Square to watch the address that will be beamed live on those massive screens.
Madison Square Garden can accommodate about 18,000 people in different configurations. We have been way overbooked. The demand was for almost 40,000 seats, and it is still coming. We closed down on 7th of September, taking the registrations for individuals, and we still keep on getting so much of emails and communication that they want to come.
The excitement among the Indian diaspora is palpable. Preparations are already underway for a mega cultural extravaganza in honor of the visiting Indian Prime Minister.
This is very exciting that we've put this time, because we have a lot of musicians, a lot of Indo-American kids playing a big band, and we have about 50 couples coming with American and Indian flag. So now we're just setting up the entire choreography.
Altogether is 23 items for the day, and the show is full, so I would say all the people be on time. 9 o'clock sharp and 10 o'clock we start the bang, ready for our Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi. And all the kids are very working hard. Each item is top-notch.
But as Narendra Modi prepares for a rock star welcome, he may also be greeted by protests. Two human rights groups have told the New York Police Department that they will protest outside Madison Square Garden when Prime Minister Modi speaks there on Sunday. These groups want to protest against Modi's human rights record after the 2002 Gujarat riots. This won't be Narendra Modi's first US visit, but it will be his first as the Prime Minister of India, and the world will be watching.
This is a big coming out party for Indian Americans. They've been standout achievers in their fields for the last several decades, but the community has been living in a small hole of its own. This is the big opportunity, and you see behind me there's a statue of Swami Vivekananda. This will be placed, and we know how big Prime Minister Modi is on Swami Vivekananda. This statue will be placed close to where Prime Minister Modi will be speaking. Let me see if I can show you a sneak peek. It's all covered. This level of energy, this level of enthusiasm, it goes all the way up. This level of energy, this level of enthusiasm has probably never been seen in the US when it comes to Indians and their roots back home. And we, of course, here will be tracking every single development of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's big visit to the United States. With camera person Kirpal Singh, this is Rahul Kamal in New Jersey, reporting for Headlines Today. Man responsible for putting together the mega fest at the Madison Square Garden is an American doctor, Dr. Bharat Barai. He's known Modi for the past 31 years. Each time Modi came to the United States, he would stay with Dr. Barai at his residence. It's a relationship that's endured 3 decades. And in fact, Dr. Barai told me that he'd started preparing for this event even before the results came out on the 16th of May. And he claims that on the 2nd of April, he told President Obama that Modi is winning and will bring him to the Madison Square Garden once he wins. The Indian American Foundation community, Dr. Bharat Barai, a very close personal friend of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. He's known him for the last 33 years. In fact, Prime Minister Modi used to stay at their house in Indiana, Chicago, when he came as a pracharak for the 100th year anniversary of Swami Vivekananda. Dr. Barai, welcome to Headlines Today. And first and foremost, I must say you, your team, have been able to build up a huge amount of hype and excitement around this big Madison Square Garden event. Tell us, where did this idea come from and how did you go about it?
Well, we talked to the Prime Minister after the election and invited him to come to United States. People were very excited even before the elections. A lot of Indian Americans saw him as the beacon of light for the India, for the future. So we are all very excited, and there was a unanimous feeling that the Prime Minister must visit United States and speak to the Indian diaspora. And he was gracious enough to accept that invitation And the Indian diaspora in the United States is very much looking forward to the message from the Prime Minister.
Let me just tell our viewers, we are currently on 31st, 32nd Avenue. Times Square is right up there, 10, 12 blocks away. How many people are you expecting up there?
This is the first time it has been done for any foreign leader or even US leader that we know. So I can't tell you whether there will be 500 or 5,000.
Okay, I'm told that people are getting very emotional. You are under a lot of pressure with people resorting to all sorts of means to try and get a leg into Madison Square Garden.
You know, what's happening is that this Prime Minister is very much admired by the NRI community. During the Google Hangout in April, I had said that if the elections were held in the United States among the NRIs, Narendra Modi will get 85 to 90% of the votes.
So do you think this speech, apart from just the symbolism of having all of Madison Square Garden chant Modi, Modi, apart from that, do you think this will also excite and interest the Indian American community, which is now mostly cut off from its roots, disinterested in the India story, not willing to go back and pump their money into India, into considering putting their dollars where their heart is?
Well, I think Prime Minister Narendra Modi has sparked such an interest in what is going to happen in India that we are getting calls from many Indian Americans. We want to volunteer this. We want to do this in India. So I think, and we certainly hope that after his visit, there will be a renewed bond of heart-to-heart relationship between the Indian American community and the people in India, and we'll have something better happen so that the living standard and opportunities for people in India improve. And we, as Indian Americans, certainly want to play our part.
You at that time, when you first met him, get a sense that here's a man who's destined for greater things?
I wouldn't say that, but at least I realized that here is a man with a passion for the country, love for the people, and if he got an opportunity, he will translate it into something. I realized that when he became the Chief Minister, and for long we are hoping that he will become the Prime Minister to change the destiny of the country.
While on the one side, you've got the organizers all pumped up, on the other, you can actually feel a genuine level of excitement amongst the young members of the Indian American community here in New York and New Jersey, several of whom have been to India only a few times and on most occasions feel completely disconnected from the country of their forefathers. However, given the fact that Modi is coming, it's got them all pumped up and they're practicing their hearts out so that they can put up a good show at the Madison Square Garden on the 28th of September. I took a train ride from New York to New Jersey and caught up with young girls who are practicing the Garba, which they'll be performing come Sunday. This is what they had to say. In the evening, and we're at a community center in New Jersey where all these lovely young ladies are practicing to perform before Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Let's speak to some of them and find out how excited are they about the big event at Madison Square Garden this Sunday. Okay, let's try and catch you just for a moment. Tell me, what's your name, what do you do, and how excited are you about Sunday?
My name is Narendra Patel, and I'm a graduate student, and I'm interning at Old Bridge High School, and we are really, really excited to perform the dance in front of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. We're really thrilled.
Okay, what is it about Prime Minister Narendra Modi that thrills you, that on a working day, you all are here practicing? Why is it that you're doing so?
Hi, I'm Kirtana Patel from Merrill Lynch. I just really privileged to be here because it's just an honor to show Narendra Modi that even though we are here in America, we're here to show that this is still the Indian culture and we are still performing here and preserving the culture to pass on to other generations.
So is it only a Gujarati gang that we have over here? All of you Gujarati?
Yeah.
So all of you are Gujarati. So yeah, you've got one South Indian, but everybody else is Gujarati. So this is like by Gujarat, and for the Prime Minister, huh?
Yes.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, so now tell me, what does Prime Minister Modi mean for you and why is it that all of you are practicing to perform over here?
Well, Narendra Modi has brought such a positive change to Gujarat, so I'm excited to see, as Prime Minister, what he'll bring to the people of India. And being born and raised in America, I feel privileged that I can be able to dance for him and that he's such a powerful man in India, so when he comes to America, we can welcome him with such love and affection with the Garba.
So how difficult is it to preserve Indian culture here in the United States? Is there more pressure on trying to adopt American culture, their dance forms? How easy or tough is it for you to keep your association with your roots?
Well, a lot of these girls I've grown up with since I was like a little baby. So our temples here, we help us to preserve our culture. So we meet up every Sunday. We do like activities and we have youth groups and everything. So it's not as hard to preserve the culture, but I would say that you would have to be motivated to preserve it. And that's
How many of you speak Hindi?
a little bit.
Just a little bit. No.
From what we
Because Modi is big on Hindi, you know that, right?
Yeah,
So,
but we all speak right, read Gujarati. So we all know Gujarati really well, not Hindis per se.
so is it because you're Chief Minister of Gujarat that the level of enthusiasm is highest amongst Gujaratis? Who said she was from South India? You said. So everybody else seems to be, there seems to be a big Gujarati gang here.
Well, yeah, but I feel like Narendra Modi has helped a lot in all of India, so I'm privileged.
In what way do you think Modi's helped?
Many ways, like temples, stuff like that. Like just inspiring change all around.
Let's also speak to the choreographer who's been helping these young girls get ready. Ma'am, tell us, how long have you all been practicing? How big is Madison Square Garden? What does performing for Modi mean for you?
Well, performing for Modi is from the heart. This will be my second opportunity to perform in front of him. We have been before to Vibrant Gujarat in Baroda, and our group of 12 girls.
You traveled from the United States to Baroda?
Baroda, yeah. They invited us and we traveled from here and we did a garba in front of him, you know, for the first Vibrant Gujarat.
The Prime Minister meeting the heads of state of Nepal, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, key neighbors with whom he hopes to forge close ties, but Pakistan will not be on that list. Clearly, no Aman talks here on the sidelines of the UNGA in New York.
"35 engagements in 4 days. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will have a packed schedule as he lands in New York for his maiden US visit. But a meeting with Pakistan Prime Minister does not figure on his long list of engagements.
In keeping with his policy of neighbors first, Prime Minister will be meeting 3 of our neighbors. These are the President of Sri Lanka, the Prime Minister of Bangladesh, and the Prime Minister of Nepal.
Narendra Modi means business on his 4-day US trip. He will have a power-packed breakfast with 11 CEOs, followed by a one-to-one meeting with 6 top business honchos. The much-awaited Modi-Obama meet will take place on 29th November.
Prime Minister is scheduled to meet President Obama on the 29th as well as the 30th when he is in Washington. He will also meet Vice President Biden, who is hosting a lunch along with Secretary of State Kerry. This will be on the 30th. Apart from these 3 leaders, Secretary of Defense Chuck Hagel will call on Prime Minister.
Apart from the focus on trade and investment, the Prime Minister will be seeking American cooperation in the field of science, technology and defense.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi has a packed schedule in New York and Washington DC. Apart from meeting US President Barack Obama, Vice President Joe Biden and top administration officials, the Prime Minister will also be meeting top industry CEOs in New York. In all, he has 35 meetings in 5 days, including with the Indian community. The Prime Minister will be on his Navratra fast throughout these 5 days, and special dietary arrangements are being made for him even by the US administration. With cameraman Ritesh Mishra, Gaurav Sawant in Delhi for Headlines Today.
That's all we have time for on this special broadcast tonight. We'll be back again live in New York all through this week. Also, a quick programming note: on the 26th of September, we're bringing to you the India Today Global Roundtable from the Taj Pierre Hotel in Manhattan. It's the closest route connecting the power corridors of Delhi with the power corridors of Washington. Several top CII, USIBC CEOs, key opinion makers, members of the BJP, former secretaries of defense, a very high-profile panel which will have the who's who on India-America relations speaking to us all through the day on the 26th of September, live from New York and playing exclusively on Headlines today. I hope you can tune in for that special broadcast.